Hey, welcome everybody to the show number 11 of the 5-Pin Pro League. We have a little bit of an adjustment. People would have seen the schedule before, but the schedule today is match number 1 is the T-Bay Bowling Club versus Paradise Marvel. Then the Timmins Mighty Plucks takes on Paradise. And then the Regina Infinite Escapes will take on the Timmins Mighty Plucks for the final match of the day. Want to introduce our commentators for this week. We have Brett Henriksen hailing out of Winnipeg and Michael Wist out of Saskatoon. Thank you guys for joining me and being a part of this broadcast.
Yeah, of course. It's good to be back again.
So I just want your guys' take on the Pro League. Mike, I know you commentated last time. Brett, what's your take on the league and how it's going so far?
I think it's great. I'm getting to know some bowlers that I've never seen play, or centers that I've never seen a game thrown at. So it's I think it's a great showcase for this sport, and just all the different deliveries and the high scores, and you got the young bucks and you got the vets like Bang Out Burnsy. You guys are hammering on him, but I mean, like, he delivers every time, right? And it's just it's been great so far. It's fun to watch.
And you, Mike?
Yeah, like we said, like last time when I commentated, it was my first time, but yeah, like there's like a few names where it's just like I don't even know who this person is, but this is good. Like, and that's what I like to see. The different centers is good. Like I said, it's nice to see, you have a higher scoring center, a lower scoring center. See how people compete against each other still, and what lineups coaches like to use. So, no, this is good. Definitely a good first year turnout.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll kind of go over the standings really quick before we bring our managers in for the first match. So today, like we said, we had T-Bay and Mighty Plucks playing. They're unfortunately at the bottom of the Russet Petal division, but they have some games in hand and they got some room to make up. And they're playing some interdivisional play today against Paradise Marvel and the Infinite Escapes, which are kind of in the same boats. Paradise has obviously got a few more points than the rest of the teams, and they're looking to get themselves into the top spots here. So Paradise is going to look for some big wins here. Also with Paradise, they have a little roster change due to there was a COVID restriction, and also they have possibly a baby being born today. So Mark and Melinda are at the hospital. We wish them all the best, and can't wait for a new Paradise Marvel member so early.
I honestly have to question people's priorities.
Fair. All right. So without further ado, we're going to bring in our managers for today's first match. So for T-Bay Bowling Club, we have player manager, Taylor Michelle, and manager Curtis Kaplan for Paradise Marvel.
Howdy ho.
We lost Curtis, so hopefully. Oh no, we have him on audio. How's it going, guys?
Going good. Good.
It's bopping in there, Taylor. T-Bay, are you? Sorry, I should have had this on schedule here. So the away team is week 11 is.
I'd like to help you, but I can't.
The away team is T-Bay. So who's on your roster this morning?
We have Sam starting off, as she has been the whole time. We got Dan in the 2 spot, J-Dub's 3 spot, myself 4, and Greg in the anchor.
Perfect. And Curtis for the Paradise Marvel, who's in your lineup?
We got Mike leading off, Tracy second, Daryl third, Brian 4, and then Bobby cleaning it up.
Perfect. So we'll get this match started as soon as possible. So you guys, good luck and play well.
All right, thanks.
Right on.
Good luck.
Talk to you soon.
Alrighty, here we go. First match of the day.
It's going to be a good match here.
Yeah. I know T-Bay had to move centers. They are now playing at Galaxy in Thunder Bay instead of Mario's. So they might have a little bit different pinfall than we've seen in the past. So
is Galaxy do they have the convertibles on the left side? Is that the...
I don't actually know. I've never played there, so I'm not too sure.
Never thrown there. I'm not sure.
I think we played there the Masters in would have been 2018. I think they have convertibles there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice center. Another one of those centers that has the greasy spoon kitchen over in the corner where you can get a nice meal while you're playing.
Yeah. Alrighty, so they're getting up here to throw their first balls. Yeah, so like we're saying, Paradise Marvel, they have an emergency spare today, and it is Daryl Wood is sparing for Mark Miller. Let's see if we can.
I guess we'll see how he reacts to playing on the cameras and getting into it. Hopefully they can surround him and get him in the vibe, and chemistry's the thing. So
yeah, so Mike starts with the chop spare. Good start for him.
The old Snortsky.
Oh, good ball. Good squeeze.
Yeah. Tracy's been huge for the Paradise Marvel. She's played so well for them.
She's got really good energy too, eh? So it's just one of those ones that everything gets contagious. If they're playing well, then it just raises everybody else's level up.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely can be pretty calm and cool, but when she gets fired up, she gets fired up. It's awesome to see.
Look at that.
There you go. Daryl's fitting in comfortably. There we go.
Yeah. The nerves might have been helpful there. You never know.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Taylor with a strike.
No, wasn't that Dan?
That was Dan Taylor, yeah.
Oh, Dan. Yeah. If you say it like that.
Sorry, first names only?
No, it's all good.
I wonder how many people on the T-Bay squad, if this is their home center. Is this where they play league? Is this where their match play league is? Or
right.
Yeah, I think they play more at Mario's, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but it's nice that they at least had the option to switch to a different center, right?
Yeah, they were just dealing with a lot of scheduling conflicts at the center they were playing at before, so. And then a little inside info here. Not sure how healthy Bobby is. I know he had suffered an injury at open qualifying here this past weekend. His bowling shoe failed him, and
Taylor chiming in on YouTube there about it being their home center.
Oh, perfect.
Certainly looks comfortable on that one.
Did Bobby stick and fall then, or how did he?
Yeah, I think his heel came off, so he slid too much, I'm assuming, and then had buckled his knee a little bit.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, the whole team play the league on Tuesday. All right. There you go. Might just be what they need to for the last few matches, just to get them over the hump, get them in that third spot.
For sure.
So this is kind of a neat situation. There's not too many times we've run into the same scoring system in a match. So these guys are playing both pro scores. So the scoring will be even across the board.
Strike number 1,234,000 for Greg DeGrazia.
Yeah.
Trust me, that just upped Greg's percentages in this pro league for striking, because he has not been super sharp.
Yeah.
All right, so through frame one, Paradise has a slight edge.
Sports fanatic. Well, it's always good to have new people tuning in. Ooh. It was a kind of head pin where the ball hit it twice.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good bounce back.
Yeah, there's the two names on the eBay there. I haven't really heard of. Sam Sitar, right? Was the last name, and then John. What's his last name?
Wilcott. Right?
Yeah. Never.
Yeah. So John's. Yeah, John's been out at the WCBT events actually, the last two for sure.
Okay.
And Sam, she's been absolutely vital in Northern Ontario's Masters, I do believe. She's she's qualified almost every time, I do believe. She's been on that team quite a bit. So big national player.
Oh, a little stumble there, going for the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, we have Mr. Mark Johnstone in the chat.
Oh, there we go.
And Miller, aren't you delivering a baby? What's going on here?
Yeah, focus, man.
Oh, big double for the super emergency spare here.
Yeah, I think John was out in Winnipeg. I bowled the last shift with him.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Thunder Bay, what is it, like 8 hours to Winnipeg for them? Or is that Brandon maybe I'm thinking of?
Oh, no, Brandon's on the other side from them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thunder Bay and Winnipeg it's like a vacation spot for Winnipeggers. Just to get out of town.
Just get out of town, man.
Send it. There it is.
Fancy Brian.
Just has to look up at the championship cutouts there and just remind himself, I'm Brian freaking Hurst.
I won the Autumn Open in this house.
Yeah.
Paradise is still remaining pretty solid here, putting lots of black marks up.
Yeah.
Bobby with a little bit of struggle, and T-Bay with a struggle here. They're missing some single pin conversions. Obviously Taylor with the plow, but
it's good to see him hitting this frame anyways. It looks like they had 3 misses the first frame, so at least they're on it. But, I mean, when it's a 1-game match, better make that adjustment quick.
Yeah. Both these teams are playing without spares too, or without bench players. So you see what you get. Nobody's getting yanked here in this match.
That's a strike in Timmins, Greg.
Good spare.
Yeah, couple black marks anyways, just to kind of keep them right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on the middle.
All right.
This big shot kind of get the crew going here.
I got some marks rolling.
That's a good shot.
It's an
Both
energy,
of them.
It's an energy going.
There you go.
Yeah, so we have T-Bay who's sitting, unfortunately, in 5th spot right now, 2 spots out of a playoff spot. But they've only played 4 matches, so they got only half their season is done. So there's still plenty of season for them to play. They got to obviously get some big wins in here. And the Paradise Marvel have 3 games left. Obviously, 2 of them are today, so they're sitting in 4 spots, 2 points out of a playoff spot.
Yeah, so they only have 1 match after this, so they got to make sure that they set themselves up. So what do you think? 6? You want to go 6-6? You think that's enough, or do you think they want to squeak a 7 out of there? Or are they just going?
Yeah, today they're gonna need it has to at least be 6-6, and you probably want to see a 7 in there.
Yeah, some sort of reassurance. That's for sure.
Yeah, that 6 may not gain you any points, but a 7 should, right? So
yeah, it looks like their last match of the season is against the Holy Rollers. So,
Right.
and I don't.
Interdivisional game.
Yeah.
The Holy Rollers are actually tied for second right now in the Russet Petal division, but they only they have a game played over everybody else. So they only got 2 games left. So Holy Rollers are going to be in tough. So they're going to be a tough last match, especially if it comes down to it, right? If they're both needing the win, the big win.
Another corner miss there for John. I think they're going to make him pick one before he gets that splash.
Tough one for Daryl, starting on the double.
Good hustle, pin chaser.
That was great hustle.
You don't see that here in Saskatoon anymore.
Do they have a nice path to run down though? Because I know the centers that we got, the path to run down, there's like poles in the way. They don't have just like a straight sprint like Sherwood or.
Yeah, they do. I mean, there's kind of like a steel column that's there. You just kind of, it's a big enough path. That's for sure.
Yeah. Got to be careful, though. You don't want to be juking poles and accidentally step in a gutter, go down.
Oh, I've done that lots when I used to work at the alley.
Yeah, the one I used to work at, you had to go down the lane. Like there was no path, so you're walking down the gutter.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big score or a big frame for TV there.
Yeah. That's nice when you get to sit and wait and just everybody's chomping at the bit to get up again. Yeah, Bobby testing it out.
Yeah.
You hate to see that too, without the sub. If it's a little bit much for him, then
yeah, it's the last thing you want to see is somebody's struggling with the health of their knee and stuff like that in order to play a competitive match.
Oh.
it's kind of a catch-22 though, like you have a good frame as a team and then you're sitting for a few minutes waiting for the other team to finish.
Yeah, it's all about balance, right?
Yeah.
You're up on the approach and throwing rockets, throwing strikes, but if you're forcing everybody else to sit a little bit.
I always find it interesting to see those candlepin guys when they go for the corners. A lot of them like to play that super tight, right on the gutter line. I'm always afraid if I tried that, I'd pitch one straight in there and it's going to come flying out.
It's after 3 frames. It's pretty close now. It's not too bad.
We got the one double on the Calgary side there.
Yeah.
They were both outside on those shots there.
Get up. There you go.
That was a good push. That was a good ball.
It's all good bounce back after the 3-pin in the first frame for Sam. A little 30-30 action. Oh, it looks like a plow over on T-Bay. This would be a big put the nail in kind of thing, even though you're only 4 frames in. You can definitely leap out to the big lead here. And don't you know it, eh?
There we go. First turkey.
Yeah.
I want to see some ham bones today. Come on.
Well, what's the big thing now? The Yahtzees?
Yahtzee, yeah. Yahtzee's always good. There you go. Donald cleanup. He's all over the middle there.
Send it.
No.
So how many teams have chosen to bowl on like the 16 or 20 or 12 or what, like the last lane on the side?
There's actually quite a few, but I think it's mostly to deal with like availability, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys played on 16, right?
Yeah, majority of our matches have been on 16 just due to logistics too, right? Like it's a lot easier to set up out if you're in a corner instead of in the middle of the center and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right by the washroom at Paradise, though, eh? Everybody open bowling walking by being like, what the hell's going on over here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
they're
at these
also-
idiots.
They're also close to the bar.
How come that one guy is not wearing a matching shirt? What's going on?
Yeah. Why do they got cameras set up everywhere?
Yeah.
Man, this is the pro league. This is top notch. This is as
That's
good as
good,
it
though.
gets.
You want people asking questions.
Oh, for
So
sure.
It's good.
That's a good looking shot.
Ball.
When he just slots it in, eh? If it's in the pocket out of his hand, it's gonna go. It just like it has no time to move. Oh.
Hey,
Fair punches.
Bobby's gonna be battling this whole match. Hopefully he finds something and gets a little comfortable, or else it could get away on him here. Tracy's holding them in though, right? She's got the big game going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, eh? Like some teams will look at the person in the bad spot and be like, "Yeah, thanks for contributing," and some teams like to rally, right, and say, "Hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna pick you up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we were saying with his injury though, hopefully it's. I wonder if just how he's performing right now, it's just he doesn't trust it. You know what I mean? So he's could be not bending down as much and getting as much fingers on it, so it's just dead more than normal for him. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely think that's got to be something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you everybody knows you play with an injury, you always favor it a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
there's not going to be 100% confidence in it, but from what I know of Bobby, he's played through quite a few injuries, so
Yeah.
he usually figures it out.
There you go.
Yeah, Sam just putting together black marks, right?
Yeah.
That's another great shot. There's another guy, right? If it's on the side out of his hand, then it's good to go.
Yeah, T-Bay's got 2 or 3 fireballers on that team, right?
Yeah.
They throw it on a line, and if they're super accurate today, they're going to be pretty hard to beat. But
yeah, there's the big opening.
Yeah, that's
Oh, there we go.
tough.
Attaboy. Don't act so surprised. It was a good shot.
Great start for Tracy, though, right? 140 at the half. Nothing wrong.
Oh,
with
you
that.
almost jinxed it, Kerry.
Almost
jinxed it.
I had faith.
Commentator curse.
Yeah, the black cloud.
That's a big shot for Taylor, just to keep it black and keep the momentum going, especially with the 2 punches.
He knew right away out of the hand that was nowhere near it.
Well, and then Paradise with the three punches in a row. Well, 4 actually if you count Bobby there, so looks like it's getting contagious.
We got the old Elon Musk internet kicking in here. Greg with a big strike.
I was waiting for a yeah or a side or something, but no, he just throws it and walks back. That's a big shot. Get things back on track. That's good. If you can have that mentality and step up and know that your team needs you to throw a good shot, and you could see it with the body language. He knew that they needed that one. Hopefully, Bobby finds his groove here and salvage a little something from this fifth frame. Looks like they still got the lead by 14, but you got 3 strikes and a spare on the other side. Oh, and then the head pin magically disappears.
Anticipation from the viewers, right? All of a sudden the guy appears, head pin's missing. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to work here. Paradise is still going to have the slight edge, but pretty even with the marks in hand from T-Bay. So
Yeah.
the first half of the game has been kind of back and forths. All right. So we have 514 for Paradise against 485 for T-Bay. T-Bay has 4 marks against Paradise's 1. We're going to have a little commercial break here for our sponsors, and we'll come back with the closure of match number 1.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Last 5 frames between the T-Bay Bowling Club and Paradise Marvel. She's a close one here.
Yeah, just looking over some of the stats, like no Wolfson, no Melinda and Mark, obviously. Like, it's got to be a pretty big disruption chemistry-wise to have 3 people who've been playing so well not available. I mean, for obviously the best reason, but yeah, that's got to be tough to come out and just like have 3 mainstays on your team not available.
Yeah, that's been kind of the trend for season 1, right? We're running into these small issues with rosters, and everybody has jobs, right? It's even though it's pro, it's not everybody's mainstay and stuff like that, but the teams are adapting and working around it, and I think the Pro League has been adjusting appropriately and not making it unfair for teams and stuff like that, so it's been pretty good.
Huge
Paradise
shots.
off to the hot start.
Paradise just coming out firing after the break.
Yeah, talking about
Definitely.
what a great timeout.
Yeah, definitely needed it after those 4 head pins in frame 5.
They were just hoping and praying for the commercial break. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go do a little lap.
There we go.
Huge. Hey, if they throw strikes every frame, they're going to get that nice little break after every frame. I just want to see a corner or something here from Bobby. It doesn't even have to be a bomb. Just has to be a good shot on the side here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Another side for Bobby.
Yeah, you think with like how hard that guy drives the line, if the wheels aren't 100%, then like it's just got to be hard to have the confidence to really drive into your shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Although it doesn't look too bad. Like he's still winging it, but it's got to be in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still super aggressive. There's no doubt behind that. It's just not feeling it at the moment. But his team's keeping him in it, right? They're giving him a shot, every chance to figure it out. So
A little stumble there. Hopefully that wasn't aggravation.
yeah.
What I mean, he's not out of it, right? Like depending on what Greg does, and plus bottom line too, right? He's still got a $1.80 on the board, so can still have a big say in how this match goes. It's one of the best things about this sport, right? Like even 9-10, you get that 90 points. It's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Greg's double working now.
Yeah. So each team's got a double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that Paradise with just the one extra strike. Just a little bit of more of an edge this frame.
Ooh.
That was close. Looked close. Looked close from the screen.
Oh yeah. Well, you could tell just the way they were leaning. Like it had a chance, but
yeah.
Nice. There you go.
That's good.
That's what she wanted. That first shot. That's what she thought she threw out of her hand. Oh. Yeah, smile away, man. You think the pin's so wide and the ball's so wide, it'd be pretty easy to hit what you're aiming for, but as we all know. Punch City.
Mm-hmm. He's either on or he's punching.
Yeah, it's not one of those situations where it's like I'm throwing bombs on 9 and throwing head pins on 10.
Yeah, it's just kind of sporadic. Oh, another one.
The old head pin sandwich.
Well, you look at it now, the game's square, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the 2 doubles coming up. So, I mean, Brian and Greg, that first shot, whether it's a strike or something on the side.
Yeah, it's within sticks. That's a crazy thing about this sport. It could be within 3 after 6.5 frames.
Yeah. That's a great cleanup. Great shot. Ooh. Double. Oh, they're making the stairs.
Yeah.
Check it out. Love it. Big half from Daryl. He's settling in quite nice.
Well, and I'm sure it's not too much of a change for him. I'm sure he bowls league with all those guys too, right?
Attaboy, Hurst.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's right in the mix with those guys most of the days, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys talked to anyone who's been bowling pro league who got a little bit of the nerves for bowling in front of such a national audience? Has anybody commented on that?
Yeah, nobody's really kind of stated that. It's mostly been it's weird not playing anybody, right?
Yeah.
You're virtually playing somebody. That's been more the talk than being nervous that people are watching you play, but it has been mentioned. It's not like it's not in the mindset, but
because
it's more the fact that you're not physically playing somebody right beside you is the biggest part.
Yeah. I mean, because this, how I would treat it, this is no different than if you were on the live stream lane while you were bowling your qualifying shift, right? Like, yeah, you're on the live stream lane, so you might think there's a little bit of pressure, but we've all done it how many times now, too. So I don't think there would be as much pressure, but yeah, definitely not bowling against a team, right? And getting that feedback, that would be the hard part. For me personally, I would say.
Well, you could really bury your head, right? And just, you don't even know what your opponent's doing. You come out and you got 150 and 5, and I mean, you would assume you're good, but you take a little peek at the monitor and they got 175 and 5, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. Damn, this guy hasn't missed yet.
Like, what about you, Kerry? When you're bowling in this, is your coach letting you know what your opponent has, or are people asking, or?
No. Well, we usually have like a laptop right there with the YouTube video going on, so we can see what our opponents are doing. And with the delay, you go throw your frame and then you walk back, and you can even see how you threw the ball and stuff like that. But other than that, for me personally, there's a little bit of nerves, right? Because there's a lot riding on it. This was a whim of mine to start this league up and get it going virtually and stuff like that. So there's a lot of pressure, hoping it's going to work out, and stressing out every time a camera goes down or the internet's not so good at my house, or whatever the situation is. But I tend to think it doesn't affect my bowling because I've been dealing with it with the WCBT and all this other stuff. But obviously my results have shown that it does affect my game. But I don't know if that's so much nervous that people are watching, or just nervous that the show must go on, and hopefully I can keep it going.
Yeah. Come on, Greg, complete the stairs.
Oh, bum.
The 15-minute fix the tangle really froze him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good for him for keeping it on the middle. I guess he's still at that sweet spot for age that you're not stiffening up too much before your next shot.
The talent seeps through too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, out of anybody, really, like, seems like a guy that you could, give him his shoes and a ball, and he'll just go throw a strike, even if he just came off the street,
Yeah.
Well, it looks good.
Totally fair.
Oh, yeah. Mike, come on. Nope. Well, he built that pattern, so that's good. Headpin strike, headpin.
Yeah. I heard a few pins go. Oh, I guess two. So, I mean, anybody whose performances so far this year individually have been a big surprise? I mean, I can think of one right off the top of my head. I've never seen Kaylin Ayub throw before, but like she's been unreal.
Yeah, like the last show, I was saying I've never heard of her, but just watching her, I was like, okay, like she throws like a really good ball, and she seems to be scoring really well, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't know she came from Ontario over. I think.
Yeah, she was Southern Ontario.
Southern. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. She moved to the Sherwood Park area and Bulls League there and stuff like that, and you've seen her in leagues and stuff like that, but she wasn't playing Masters at the time. She is this year, and she hasn't tried out for the Open before, but she did this year and she made the team. Yeah. You could tell that she has tons of athletic talent. There's no doubt. She's a big slow pitch player and stuff like that, and her bowling definitely, just from her competing more, to me has grown leaps and bounds. Like I couldn't tell you if she was that good before, but she is definitely one of the best in that region right now for sure.
What part of Southern Ontario was she from? Would she have had a lot of competition for the zone that she was in before?
Yes, I believe so. I think she grew up in and around the Toravilles and stuff like that. So
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure exactly whereabouts in Ontario she was from, but if she was growing up around those guys and was hanging out with them, I'm sure she was in lots of talented players.
I wonder if anyone's getting their loonies ready at Paradise here. Oh, almost.
Well, it's a big shot here. Try to keep it decently close going into 9 and 10. Need her to get a good count here.
Put up a huge 8th frame there, and we just lost the camera. Hopefully we'll get that up right away here for them.
Yeah, a couple comments on the YouTube from David Sisko. Great shot, Brian. Oh boy. And Hambone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hambone is right. Getting hungry.
And then Boseman saying they're both a little bit nervous, but yeah, I guess once the ball starts going and you're doing the thing that you've done a million times before, then still going, apparently. Gino, Shauna, Baker, Jose, yeah, I mean Schwartz, it's a good crew.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, Bobby found it.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Okay, so now T-Base put a huge 8th frame together. Obviously, Brian's still going strong for Paradise, and Bobby's found a little bit of something. Hopefully, they can make
50 pin split here.
Yeah.
Still lots of room. This is pretty much the match right here, depending on how this goes on both sides. Oh, what a shot.
Mike, push. Nope.
Oh, nice. So you had Masters today. Sports Fanatic in the YouTube chat there. Good old Masters.
Yeah, I believe that's Aaron Porto. I do believe see him comment.
Yeah, he said earlier, yeah, that's the old power chop.
Ooh. There you go.
Sweet relief.
Yeah, little goat. Tracy can get it started back up here. Good. There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh.
Middle match definitely still up for grabs.
Yeah. Looks like John's settled in a bit more now after those punches and whatnot at the beginning of the game, so that's good to see.
Then the big 4-hole match here, both on runs. Boy, you can hear getting fired up.
There we go. Yeah. I was gonna say to the viewers, yeah, don't blink when Taylor's up. You might miss that ball with how fast it goes.
Oh,
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. You know what? There's another name. There's another guy who's been throwing really well that I'm super happy for. DB.
Yeah.
He's having some success in the pro league, which is great.
Yeah.
Especially with all the work that he puts in, right? It's good to see those guys have it pay off a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was talking with him a bit at TPC. I know he wasn't happy with how he was performing and whatnot. Not even just for this year, but for a few years. And he said he wanted to put some work in and stuff. So he seems to be doing better. I'm assuming he's getting at least a little bit of work in. So it's good to see that showing, right?
Yeah.
Bobby with
Sorry, just working behind the scenes here, trying to get T-Bay's score up again.
Yeah.
It's a big 10th frame. Need scores.
Well, we've got, I think T-Bay had 2 or 3 doubles going in.
Yeah.
And then
there we go.
2 doubles. Everybody on marks.
Good to go.
100 pin split here. Not insurmountable by any means, but
no, it's a big 10th frame, right?
Again.
Yeah, I don't know. They're having camera problems here.
1049. That's what they had.
1049.
Gen 1 iPhone. So there's the thing, eh? So like, let's say they did have somebody on the bench. I'm guessing for Paradise, they probably, who knows if Bobby even plays, right? Depending on how he was feeling to start off with, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Did he give us a ball there? Is it working?
Yeah. So obviously Sam's got that point. The next point is looking like Tracy without any big failure. Third match is up for grabs. Fourth match is looking pretty solidly in Brian's hands, but that could flip pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what do we got? Max 323 for Taylor and Max 375 for Brian.
Yeah.
So yeah, one shot either way. Brian's always around the middle though. I can't recall too many times watching him bowl where something squirts out and he gets 3-pin, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's usually outside 3-pin, like beside the head pin, so
Ooh. Just the crack noise of that strike. Love it.
That's a man strike.
Man strike, yeah. Definitely throwing us some authority.
Ooh. Nice little mixer on that one.
Ooh, safe.
Who cares how it looks? As long as they all go down, eh? So we got the top. We got 1 point here, 1 point there. This match, middle match is up for grabs still.
Yeah.
Anchor matchup is decided, so yeah, good spot for it. It's a good bounce back. Good 8, 9, 10.
Made it respectable, right? Gives the team lots of points too.
All right, it looks like John can take a big leap forward here with a good shot. Got it out. Didn't give it enough room to move. So we got 214 max to a 203 max. Needs the half here.
Nope.
Overcompensate.
Oh man, there's a point they let get away on them a little bit there.
Yeah, and he'd been running pretty good from the 7 on, but
What was it? 2 points for T-Bay, 2 points for Marvel right now.
yeah.
Yep.
2 and 2.
I mean, I think total is out of the question here, right? Because 6-pack.
6-pack.
Holy smokes!
We didn't get to see that one.
No, it's a phantom strike.
Slow it down, Hursty. Slow it down. Well, there you go. So what has he got? 60 left, 1190 plus. Okay, I mean, could happen, but I don't see Greg not getting at least a good count on his first shot. Ooh! Well, just as we were saying, eh? Just as we were saying, he doesn't get too hard outside.
That could have been some big points there if Brian could have threw the strike there.
Yeah, it would have kept it like there would have been a shot, but I mean, guy
Not
like
looking-
Greg, you don't see him pitch too often when he needs one. Great game.
348.
So are we looking at a 4-4 split here? Am I missing something?
Now we got 1, 2, and the total. The total's
Oh yeah, 5-3. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Wow.
I mean, definitely not ideal for Paradise, looking to put themselves in a spot to try to get back in the race, but I mean, not insurmountable by any means. They still got 16 points that they can grab after this. And Paradise has another game too, eh? Hopefully,
Yeah, they got the game following this.
hopefully Bobby can bounce back.
Wow.
1248 to 1170.
There we go. It's a pretty good scoring there.
Yeah.
For
Ooh,
Paradise Marvel, we'd like to see Brian, if we could talk to Brian. Yeah, and we'll talk to Taylor straight for his team battling the 5-3. They played really well. All right, let's bring Taylor in here. Hey Taylor,
What's going, fellas?
you guys battled that one out, 5-3.
Yeah, got tight at the end. It seems like we just can't dodge somebody throwing a 5 or 6 bagger at us.
Yeah, good old Hursty.
Yeah, it's like we had a good run. I pooched my 10, which would have gave us a little bit of a shot there to bring that one back for 6, but I think we did a all right job of fighting back for that 5.
Yeah, John had a chance there to steal another match there. Unfortunately, Daryl opened 10 wide, and unfortunately John followed suit. But
Yeah, Johnny was on camera for the scores, so he was running up and down trying to get his phone to work again. So that was probably not helping the situation.
yeah, I know that feeling. You know, like for the... yeah. Not sure if we got the other guys in here. Let's see if we can bring them in. Hey guys, how's it going? Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys, yeah.
Oh, good game, Brian. Well played.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. It's you know, it comes and goes, as with everything.
You can blame Brett on the 7-bagger chance. He was saying you don't usually get too squirrely, and then all of a sudden you punched a 3-pin there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that blame is definitely on Brett there. You're not supposed to say that stuff, man.
Hey, it was a compliment. What do you want from me, man?
Yeah, everybody cracks sooner or later.
Wasn't a secret. It was a 5 count.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
That is true.
Release on the other side, yeah.
Yeah, solid 3-pin 5 count. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously T-Bay, you had the 1 match today. So that gives you 18 points with 3 games to play. So you're only 5 back of a playoff.
Yeah, we're limping into a playoff spot. We got to do some work the next 3.
Yeah, you gotta gain 5 points on those top 3 teams with 3 games to play. So a little bit of work ahead of you guys, but not insurmountable by any means. Brian and you guys are at 23.5, all square with the top 3 teams. So you're currently in a playoff spot. Heartland, unfortunately, is a game in hand on you guys, but you have 1 more game today. So
we have another one. Got to make it strong, right? Like you said, we're top with the other, or in the top 3 or with the top 3, but it's still so much left to play for, right?
Yeah, for sure. So we'll jump into a commercial break here. T-Bay, congrats, Taylor, on the win, guys, and we'll see you in a few more weeks.
Yeah, sounds good. Talk to you guys later.
All
See you
right,
guys.
talk to you there.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
Alrighty, here we go. So we got match number 2 coming up. Timmins Mighty Plucks versus the Paradise Marvel. Paradise is coming off a tough loss there, 5-3 against T-Bay Bowling Club. We'll bring in our managers here right now. So from Timmins Mighty Plucks, we have Mr. Al Paquette. And once again, from Paradise Marvel, we have Curtis.
Hello, guys.
How are you doing?
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Notice your camera stopped, Curtis. You don't want to look at us anymore, or we don't want to see you anymore, or what's the case here?
Yeah, going into hiding.
Fair.
No lineup I pick works, so.
Yeah. Al, how's Timmins feeling? It's been a while since we've seen you guys.
Yeah, I know. The Jags are doing very well. We're, sitting in last place right now, but we got a couple big matches here today, so hopefully, we can make up some ground here. We got 5 games left, so we're not out of it, but we need to start moving now. So, and Paradise just came off a loss, so I'm sure they'll be hungry for a win here. So I'm sure we got our work cut out for ourselves, but we're here. We just bowled our master set this morning, or I'm not a master. I just came to pacer the bowlers, but we're fresh. We're 6 games in, so giddy up. Let's go.
Perfect. Do you guys have any questions for him, Brett, Mike?
Well, I'm looking at the schedule here for Timmins, and it looks like you guys can do some real damage for some of the teams that are looking for a playoff spot, right? So you guys definitely have a big hand in how the playoffs are going to shape up here. So I'm sure that's a motivating factor too.
Oh yeah, we're definitely not going to roll over. Like I said, we can go 5-3, get 5 big wins here, and make a push for the playoffs. But it starts with one game, one frame at a time here, and as cliche as it sounds, but we're not rolling over. We only got 3 matches in. That's what maybe people don't realize. We only have 4 points on the board. Yeah, obviously we shit the bed, but I don't think it can get any worse. So hopefully it'll be a lot better here. But I'm not making any excuses. We sucked, and then hopefully we'll step it up the next 5 games.
I hope so. I really think you guys will. Maybe this layoff will have a lot to do with it, and obviously being in Ontario, you guys probably didn't get a lot of time to play in. It sounds like you guys had obviously the Masters tournament, so hopefully it gets you some practice in, and you're ready to rock and roll, and you're at top form.
Yeah, we're giving her, man.
Perfect. So with that all being said, Timmins, your home team. Who's your lineup?
Lineup. Al, Eric, Joanne, Jess, and Daryl. When we have Danielle on the bench to start.
Perfect. And Curtis, are you switching things up?
Oh yeah, changing it up. We're gonna go Tracy, Mike, Bobby, Daryl, Brian.
Perfect. Putting Brian down the anchor spot after a big game.
Throw the hot hand in there.
Yeah. Ride his coattails.
Never choice.
All right. Well, without further ado, guys, good luck and have a good match.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
I think that's a super savvy lineup adjustment for Paradise for sure. Yeah. Putting the energy and the success that she had up top, get everything going, put Bobby in the middle, and then you got the hottest hand and anchor, hopefully keeping it going. That's a good lineup.
Yeah, like Curtis was kind of alluding to, they need a switch up, and I think it's their best team moving forward for sure.
Well, that's textbook though, right? Like you put see, like right there, like how does that not get you going as a group?
Al with the big start too. There we go.
Yeah, with everybody piling on the mighty Plucks because of their lack of success so far, but again, if you look at the schedule, everybody they're playing is battling for a spot, and they can definitely put their stamp on how this season plays out. Yeah.
I know Mitch was giving Al a rough time because they were in last spot there after 3 games, but like you're saying too, they're only 3 games in. They're the least played team in the league, so they have a lot of room there to get a lot of points.
Yeah, there you go.
Paradise, so far so good.
I've never seen a faster start from 2 teams.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well,
oh, nice.
Oh, come on.
Straight into the camera, I like it, Joanne.
I thought Timmins was a good scoring house.
That would have fell for Greg.
They gave her a 12?
Sure.
Was that a 12 or was it a corner?
If your name is Greg, it is.
Yeah, the 3-pin must have slid over.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Still a good start, though.
You don't see that too much.
So solid.
Oh yeah.
Hot start.
Curtis is sitting back, patting himself on the back.
I am a genius.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's one thing I have to say. That Mighty Plucks team logo, love it. I was a big Ducks kid as a fan, like a Mighty Ducks fan as a kid, and I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sharp looking.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
So what's the expectation? So like, let's say everybody comes back, right? Is everybody, I guess, keeping their name, or are they allowed to like switch their name and their logos, or is the franchise kind of staying as it is?
Right. So you're thinking like a team wants to rebrand after 1 year kind of idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That spot's going to be available to the manager, I guess, would be kind of the stipulation, or the contact, right? So a lot of these teams came in and then appointed a manager afterwards. So that main contact will have that spot till they decide to give it up. So they can rebrand it, they can do whatever they want with it. But as soon as they let it go, then it'll move to whoever wants that spot. Just the grandfather clause. They all get grandfathered in, these original teams. However that comes to fruition, if it's the contact or the manager, that'll be a decision made.
Yeah, it would be nice for the continuity if, the squad's same name, right? The original 10 teams or however many there were to start here, right? Like you got the, if it's one of those things that they'll last a really long time. You have the original 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
some of those teams, like with the sponsors, like they're sponsors in the name, right? So like if a sponsor pulls, you're obviously gonna have to change the name. So it's good.
Or you get a new sponsor that wants to help out the team and wants their name on it, right?
Yes, exactly.
With that being said, if you finish last, are you obligated to rebrand?
Oh yeah, it's a good call, right?
Yeah, I was like, you might want to just cause.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this it's so young and viable that it's kind of wherever the league and the teams decide to take it. If they take it that route that they're gonna rebrand, that's great. If they decide that the original 12, like the original 6, they keep the names forever, that'd
be pretty cool.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. I wonder. And so speaking of expansion here, so what are some spots around the country that you think could host a team or has the interest in putting a team? And I mean, obviously, for the two of us in here, like we have Winnipeg that has interest, and then Wes, you were saying that you guys could probably throw another team together.
Yeah, like I feel like around here we could maybe almost have 2 teams too, right? So.
Yeah, I think that's where we kind of get to the point. It'd be kind of nice to have a team out of every major city, right? Like you have one out of Saskatoon, Regina, Winnipeg, Thunder Bay, the Toronto area, maybe Hamilton, and then you give a couple to the Atlantic area. Quebec gets a team, that kind of thing. And the island too, right? There's been lots of interest out of the island from BC. So that's the thing, is there's lots of interest, which is nice that we've built a product that has all this interest. Now it's going to be what teams get awarded a spot and stuff like that, because obviously we don't want to overexpand and then it becomes an issue.
So are you going to take bids?
Not saying yay or nay. Let's go that way.
I just imagine it kind of like major cities putting in a bid to host the Olympics. Like you give them a list of names, how they might be able to help the league, right? Like for us, man, could you imagine if we had a team with Jeff Bourne, Karen Armstrong, some of the young guns. You know what I mean? Like if we could get a team like that, how
Yeah. People are definitely going to want to watch, right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't want to say that the teams are necessarily slowing down from that torrid pace they started with, but a couple misses or a few misses for Timmins. I guess they'll be gearing up for a big tournament in a couple weeks, eh?
Yeah, they have the Timmins Invitational in a couple weeks. Cool. The weekend before the Regina Classic, so
it was a good squeeze there.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I get a little squeeze, a little cracker like that. I'm getting pumped. You know, like those ones that you don't see coming. You have no idea when it's rolling down the lane how it's going to get all 5 pins, but somehow it happens. You know.
It's frame 2, Brett. Frame 2.
I know, but like, look at this. Ooh.
Al's back on the straight train.
Odd frames only. Like I said, you can't blame one lane, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're only playing on the one.
That's so classic. Wasn't there a story about somebody from Alberta, or it could have been from Ontario, throwing a perfect game and using a different ball on each lane?
Yes. Shoot, I've heard that story 1,000 times. I think it's an Alberta player. From back in the day, they played.
Haven't heard that story.
Yeah, played with one ball on the odd lane, the other ball on the even lane. There's a story about that, like with Bruce Mortar, right? He only throws 6 strikes in a row with one ball, and then he has to switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's different, yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of that either.
That ball's only good for 6 strikes in a row, and then you move to the next one.
Yeah. I mean,
some of the superstitions are crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, I used to do that, like, one ball in one lane, one ball in another lane, but that's when I did 10 pin, because just how the oil was, right? I don't really, like, expect that in 5 pin too much, hearing that.
It's just superstition, right? Total superstition. But you get that on, prime example is this past weekend at the Open. I had to play one line on one lane and another line on the other lane because the ball returns at Olds are menacing. they're so large that they physically impede me, that I have to move to the right in order to play on the, I guess it would be the even lanes.
Yeah, that's how I feel at Paradise on 1 and 2. On lane 1, the wall lane, because lane 1, I'm usually moving a few boards over and moving my line just when the wall's out of my play.
Yeah, so we got some confirmation in the chat here.
Yeah,
from Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad, yeah.
Saying it was a 4-bagger.
Oh,
well, I mean, ham bone.
Every 4-bagger, there we go, yeah.
Every ham bone.
Or hand bone if you're cool.
Hand bone for the cool people.
Yeah.
There you go. Give Johnny his screen time since he can't be here with us commentating.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right, so Paradise is still strong. Only one open frame out of the whole team so far.
Yeah, you can see it in the body language that they know they kind of let it slip that first game, so they're really trying to get after it this game.
Yeah.
You can hear it too, like after they get a mark, it's like, yeah, guys, go, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Mighty Plucks it's not like they're falling off or anything. They got lots of marks up there. They just need to put a few of them together. Keep building. I'm sure Al's gonna take a little investment here in the 4th frame and make sure he doesn't miss again on the right on the even set.
That scoring system's interesting, that it pops in what your count was beside what you threw.
Yeah, I think it's Menendez.
I just liked how they were doing like even the score correction. It looked just super simple, super quick.
Yeah, Toppler in Calgary has the same system.
Okay. Yeah. Still a bowling alley I've never thrown at actually is Toppler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've thrown Chinook, but that's because we bowled there for Masters. Nationals,
Right.
they want the year of the flood, the year of the
Yes.
crazy hotels.
12 count. Almost. Yeah, Toppler, well, they used to host the Autumn Open, and it was
Yes.
it's a neat facility. They got 8 lanes on one side, 8 lanes on the direct opposite side, and then the whole middle is like your seating area and the counters and stuff like that. So it's a pretty good setup.
Sounds a lot like half the size of what was it? Sherwood and Hamilton.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, except it would be a quarter of the or a third of the size, right, or whatever it is.
Well, what was Sherwood? Was it? It was
48.
Holy smokes!
Yeah. Yeah, 48 lanes at Sherwood.
You'll never see something that big built again.
Yeah. It was something else, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like even Bonnie Doon in Edmonton, it's 48 lanes as well, but it's all length, right? So it takes you forever to walk from lane 1 to lane 48 when you gotta switch.
Yeah. Nebs too, right? Is one of those big long ones. I think they're one of the ones in St. John's is lots of lanes across, right? I think it's 30 plus.
Yeah.
One good center actually in Edmonton I like. It's the setup of it I like. It's not a 5-pin center sadly, but Gateway Lanes they have it where your counters in the middle and you have lanes on each side, and then they actually have a downstairs where I think they have 6 or 8 lanes, and that's just for birthday parties. It's like a birthday party area,
like a little boutique kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah, and like that's where your bowling lockers are, and then they have like laser tag down there and stuff. Like that's another cool center actually. I really liked throwing at.
We'll back up.
A leg kick too. Trying to get go.
Eric's struggling a little bit here, but Al and Joanne are picking him up on either side of him, so we're hoping to keep going here. Unfortunately, Paradise ran into their next open.
They have a pull, hey? The Mighty Plucks?
Yeah, Danielle's on the bench for them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They have another match after this too, right? So they might not be against like a super late pull too, right? Just to get them a couple frames on screen and then get them in for the next game.
Speaking of frame 5, Danielle will be in for Eric. Just got notification from our manager. That's kind of the tough thing to learn too is, as Al alluded a little bit, the Mighty Plus struggled at the beginning of the season. So now that you've had this long gap and you're finally back into play, there's got to be a lot of pressure on your team to perform, right? You're not just coming in willy-nilly. You're coming in, okay, we need some wins. We need, especially against a team that's struggling for a playoff spot right now. We have to win this match. We have to put pressure on them, right?
Oh, I'm sure they've heard what people have been saying about them too, right? I mean, I'm sure they're. Oh, that's a great strike.
That was a good ball.
Right? Like, how do you not know, right? Especially, if I was invested in this, right, I'd be reading all the posts and reading all the chats and stuff after our matches, and using it as locker room material.
Yeah, and that's another great shot by Tracy there. That's a word like I hate using is have. Like I have to do this. I need this. Like as much as you don't want to use those words, yeah, you have to use them sometimes, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially to get yourself in the proper mindset, right?
I think it's one of those things where, you know, if you can manage it, you can really break down, especially the sport of bowling, you can break it down into like the smallest of moments, right? So a 450 is 12 separate shots, one at a time, right?
Exactly.
Or, you know, whereas if you're, you know, playing baseball, you know, do you take it just one pitch at a time or one at bat at a time, right? And the situation's always changing, and the score, and what do you need? Do you need the home run, or do you need the just a single, right? Whereas in the sport of bowling, when you go up on that for that first ball, I can't tell you a situation where, unless I'm bingo bowling, where I'm not trying to throw at the head pin to get a strike, right? So I guess it all depends how you, like, what motivates you, right? What's going to get you to perform in that single moment.
There we go, Bobby.
Yeah,
exactly. There's only one goal, right? When you get up there, it's to execute the same shot every time, hopefully on the side of the middle, and get that strike. Danielle comes in for Eric there in the 5th frame, and she throws an absolute bomb, right? So that's huge. Paradise isn't letting up, obviously. They don't want to.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah. So getting into that 5th frame and getting some black marks on the board. Of course, you've got the turkey and turkey squared. Here we go.
Yeah.
Then hopefully you can get a double
This
here.
This is the only thing, though, with the breaks sometimes. You know, you finally get a team who's getting some marks, getting some energy going, right? And then it's like, oh, commercial break.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Paradise came really good out of the break last time, right?
Yeah.
At least for the first frame anyway. So, you know, but if you're them, do you really want to stop now? Especially when you're running so hot.
Yeah. But even like this frame for Muddy Plucks, right? Like they go strike, open strike, and then he plows. Well, he's on the middle. It's still an okay frame for them, right? Just to get some sort of energy going, but then just for it to die. That's just
exactly.
But that's why I love the commercial break.
It's how you're going to come back. How are you going to come back out of this commercial break, and we'll finish the rest of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
right, here we go. Last half of this match.
Yeah, what 40 or 488 to is that 660 so far? Yeah, I think that's 660.
Yeah, 488 to 660. You're correct.
Yeah.
So a nice little 1300 pace going, a couple of doubles, so definitely where you want to be.
Oh, dead on.
Sparable.
At the split, yeah.
Getting the tail of two frames for Mr. Paquette. Send it.
Oh, it tipped too. Oh,
I mean,
man,
who
that was
would know
close.
better than him? You know, what kind of shot you need to get that, right?
Yeah.
Beauty. Left side, a little thin, drives the ball through the 3-pin.
Yeah. A little bullseye corner.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, so he's only going to be down about 22 after 6. So, I mean, definitely in there, and a nice double to start out there for Danielle.
Yeah.
That's huge. Big bounce back for Eric's score, right? She's coming in there throwing hot. Mike's gonna have to put some marks together to hold her off.
I mean, she gets another one. She's only down what, 5?
Yep.
There you go.
There we go.
Never say die. Mighty Plucks. She had a real nice cracker last time. Oh, yeah. And a bomb.
Oh, good ball by Mike.
The Courier. Hey, that's a nickname I tried getting going for Evan, but it didn't stick, you know? Le Coursier means the courier in French, but just it never stuck. I guess he preferred the People's Champ.
People's Champ, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh.
Thick hit.
Still great to see him bounce back this game. Just plug him into the 3-hole and let him freewheel, do his thing, try to get comfortable. Oh boy, that didn't look good. Still a decent lead.
I bet you Bobby's pretty happy with the way he's come back after that first game. Struggling with the...
Oh, for sure. Anytime you have your last game score in the 5th frame, you got to be somewhat happy.
Yeah.
At least I know it makes me happy to see that.
I know we're going to have to keep a close eye on the score here because it looks like the Menendez machines aren't adding up the marks.
The marks, yeah.
So...
Good pick. Yeah, I mean, to have a $180 and 6. I mean, I don't know one bowler who wouldn't take that, regardless of how you got there.
Yeah. So the Mighty Plucks are actually sitting at 696 after 6 frames.
All right, so they're still right there, depending on what B-Ride does here.
That's a good lift for them though now.
Yeah.
Hambone.
So roughly 130 down, but you're working on 2 doubles and four marks essentially.
Yeah, one of those instances where the sub comes up and does exactly what you hope. Just puts a couple good shots up, and it's an odd frame, so it's going to be a bomb.
Slow-mo, too. Slow-mo.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. You can book it for the 9th as well. Nice little team 5-bagger for the Plucks.
Wait for Elon to move another satellite in position for me here.
Little right corner.
Right corner, yeah.
Oh, Danielle, a little up and out of the shot there. Just missed to the right.
It's all good. Get the half. 35-30. I mean, it's a good way to come into the game.
Mike picked the corner. Ooh, Danielle just missed again.
It's all good. I'd still say job done coming off the bench, right? Just kind of solidified that second spot. So
yeah, get the team going a little bit.
Yeah.
I know it's like usually if you come off the bench, if you can get some points, especially for your team total, great. If you end up coming back and getting the win, that's just like a bonus.
Yeah. Well,
Great.
plus get her going for the next match. You know, if they decide to keep her in or whatever, just to get the 5 frames in and. Oh. Holy smokes, that thing moved. That was right over the center arrow out of her hand.
Yeah. Their backup's pretty intense.
Still lots of room for movement here, depending on. Oh, that looks balls on the side. I don't hear any cheering though. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I was like, it froze in the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, this big sweeper, it's I guess that left corner would be pretty tough. Big spot here for the mighty Plucks. Definitely go a long way and keeping them in the match. That's a big.
Brian finally starts to slow down.
Yeah. Still at that 300 pace. Big half here. Ew. That would have gone a long way just to get those marks, and especially with Brian stopping too, right? It's okay. This is what you need. This is what you're in the anchor spot for. Put up a good shot and give your team a glimmer here with 3 frames to go. Again, over 500 pins left for the squad, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, only sitting at 720. Lost a little bit of ground here.
Yeah.
Just looks like he's got one of those nice, easy, back and forward, one of those guys that if he gets in a groove that he'll be.
Oh, here we go.
Kick back. Here we go.
Yeah, turns around and says, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Shut up, everybody.
765. A little bit of work to do. Need some big marks here.
8, 9, 10. Here's your little mini game in the game.
Yeah, even frame though. Let's see how he battles.
Oh
boy.
Oh, chop.
Oh.
Huge.
That's where you're slipping a fiver to the person in the back, knocking pins down for you.
Yeah. From what I heard about Timmins, you don't need that.
Yeah. I was working at the Westwood Lanes in Winnipeg. It's a split house, eh? And my dad and his nephew come to bowl, and I'm in the back, and they're bowling 10-pin, and I was just sitting in the back with a meter stick, just knocking extra pins down every time that they would go, and like they'd get just like the craziest strikes. And I came back out, and it's like, man, you should have seen, like, we were both on fire. Like, it's hilarious. Told them a couple days later that they were getting the they were getting the good breaks because I was back there. But that was hilarious because you could hear him going, oh
Yeah. All the excitement.
yeah.
Paradise so far converting on all their marks.
I mean, you just got to say that they've come out and done exactly what they wanted to do this game, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
especially after such a disappointing loss, to come out and everybody's firing half decent and everybody's into it. It's 100% a great bounce back.
Yeah, this is kind of what they were wanting to do the first game, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the expectation that they have for themselves too, right? Like, look at the lineup. That's 5 really good players. So I'm sure the disappointment of the first match, they're the kind of ones that you look at the leaderboard at a tournament, and you know there's 2 or 3 games left, and you're just like, oh yeah, they can still squeeze in. Like they got it in them, right? So
yeah, good pick by Joanne.
Good cover, yeah.
Yeah, and they need, like, there's still points out there. They just need to convert and keep building on marks, right? It's the open frames in between their marks that thing they're just not converting on.
Back-to-back chop spares for Daryl.
That's like a triple.
I was just gonna say that's gotta feel like a turkey.
Yeah.
I see Gino Scaletta talking about playing the Interprovincial here. Scaletta, there's no way your average is under 220. Okay, you can't even play in our Interprovincial. Your average is too high. There's no way that Jason's under 220.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, when you got a hot shooter like Brian going, that just keeps your team rocking and rolling.
And he throws those like bombs too, right? Where you can't help but want to throw some yourself. Just like how nice these pins just splash. You want to get in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looked like that was right in the pocket. Usually you would think that would go especially at Timmins. It seems like a fairly good scoring house.
No.
Missed the spare too.
So how are we shaping up going into 9-10 here? We got the first spot. Still something can happen. Second spot. Again, it's not over by any means, but it looks like Mike's got a bit of a hold on that one. Bobby, he's probably going to cruise to the win here. Daryl, same kind of deal, depending on how his first shot goes. And then Brian, same thing. So again, yeah, Paradise is exactly where they want to be going into 9-10. Oh, that was the exact same shot she threw in 6.
Oh, come on, Al. Why not?
That's his first miss on odd lane.
Good thing I'm not betting, man.
To be fair, that was super high. Like, that was Splitsville written all over it, and it broke up. Al's been super solid, right? Had the one miscue in frame 2, but just has it in tough against Tracy, right? Tracy threw a couple double or a triple.
I mean, like, you go back to that 6 frame where he threw that split. He almost spared that too, eh? So
yeah.
he spares that. Like they're neck and neck.
That's right over the arrow. Oh yeah.
That's a good call. It's gonna go. That's gonna
Slow corner.
Yeah, the way Al throws, it looks just so free and easy, eh? Like,
yeah,
looks like he's not even trying. So he gets in the groove. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, very like nonchalant.
Yeah.
Big backup. Look at that.
Nice shot.
I like her ball though. That backup she throws, like I love that.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of Sandy's shot, like that. Throws from the right side, throws the back up over the center arrow, and just like, if it hits either pocket, it can go.
It's gonna bust up quite a few stuff. Right?
Yeah.
With those revs.
Oh, Mighty Plucks were showing signs of life.
Yeah. Like you kind of look at their whole scoreboard and it's filled with lots of marks, but then there's just those single pin misses or the side, not sparing the side misses, right?
Yeah.
That destroys their score.
Yeah.
If when they miss the middle, like I don't know, do they have any converts on their misses? 1 or 2? Both by the anchor player. Oh, I lied. There's 3 total on their team that have spared a miss spare, but that's huge.
Yep. They're Paradise is definitely cruising into this 10th frame.
Yeah, they're looking at an easy 1300, 13 and a half.
Yeah, they might get a 7 or an 8 here.
This pocket. Lock it off.
Yeah, you're talking to yourself. You're like, is it really that hard?
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
It's like when you get the corner miss and you pick it on the last one. It's like, really? It's that easy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at a snowman here.
Plucks need to steal a couple matches here. You don't want to get skunked.
Oh boy.
Oh, even frame for Al. Should have known.
Should have known.
Yeah.
That was kind of the match that was closest that they could have stole there.
That was it, eh? Yeah. I think the middle match is not out of the question here. Oh no, that's Bobby, right? So I'm just looking at the mark here. So yeah. Well, you got 278 possibility. I mean.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
But
of course, you'd rather be on the other side, where you're 229 on a strike and 9. Great shots.
Another solid game by Trace.
Good game.
Oh yeah, Curtis is walking out of that bowling alley, just saying, "I'm a manager extraordinaire."
Yeah, credit to the manager.
Yeah. I don't give a crap what the bowlers do. It was me. It was all me.
It was all me.
I mean, but that was just textbook, right? Like you take your hottest shooter, put him in at anchor, take your energy player, put him up top. You know.
And Mike
just absolute textbook. So here's a question for the Mighty Plucks: what are they going to do lineup wise going to that last game? Are they going to keep Danielle in there? Because she did start off well. She got 3 strikes out of the 5 frames that she played, or no, she played 6 frames, right?
Played 6, yeah.
6, yeah.
So, but you got Jess, who's coming off 3 misses, and depending on what she does in 10 here. So, yeah.
So if you're Joanne here and you have a chance to maybe catch this point, depending on what Bobby does in 10, would you take in a little more time to see that out, or do you just go up there and throw bombs like she's doing?
I would go out and right, if you do it, then he knows that he's got to at least keep it on the side. Like you absolutely cannot punch. Right?
Yeah.
So, but you know what? Listen, Bobby's an aggressive player, so he's not really going to change change his stride. Doesn't really
No.
matter. Like he's going to attack that head pin.
Yeah, I don't think he's adjusting anything he's doing.
That's another good one right over the arrow.
Coming back. Oh, there we go.
Unreal. Yeah. Well, hey.
Mike ending it with a Yahtzee too.
Yahtzee.
Hang out for Yahtzees.
Good count here. Puts him up to 270 if he can keep it on the side. Oh, right over the center again. Is that going to move?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Ends it with a ham bone. There we
boy.
go.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, so we got 10 spot, put him up to 274. Then he's got to make sure he gets 5 on his last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny, you're not wrong. That Marvel manager sure does know his stuff. Wow, Bobby, big shots. I wonder if they told him. We'll see. We'll see how hard he comes off the lane. If he, I mean, he's going to have to get a 5 here.
Looks good. That was a good ball.
Yeah, so now she's making her case to stay in too, right? Gets over the hump. Out of the way.
Nail in the coffin.
Comeback of the year right there. Great shot. That makes it interesting. Do they bring Danielle back out?
Yeah, it's hard to say because, like, I know most of the teams, they have like some of them have like a warm-up lane on the side, right?
Yeah.
So if Eric could have been over there the whole time just figuring stuff out, and you know, maybe if he's found something, and maybe Al realizes, or who the manager realizes, right? Be like, okay, like let's try him out again.
I mean, this is still going to be a decent score here, but yeah, I mean, Paradise right off the bat, you could just tell from that first frame they were looking to take this one. Man, these third shots for Paradise are just the most deliberate shots I've ever seen. What's going on?
Yeah, that was a rough one for the Plucks. Like, unfortunately, it's not like they played horrible either, right? Like, they had one rough game where the spare came in. Unfortunately, didn't pick the score up as much as they needed, but nobody really had a horrible game out there.
Oh yeah, you can see
Paradise was on fire.
I mean, you look at a game like that, they could have taken 2 or 3 points depending, like, unless they ran into a hot team, right? So I mean, right in the middle spot there, 278. That's usually good for a point.
Yeah, and that's what Al said when we were just starting the match. He's like, you know, Paradise is going to come out hot after losing a close match like that. They're going to be really tough, and setting the lineup like that, I think, had a lot to do with it, right? There was a little bit of a difference in Paradise's stride coming with that lineup too.
Yeah, a bit of self-fulfilling prophecy on Al's part there, saying, "Hey, I know they're going to come out well." Yeah, they came out.
Yeah, they came out firing. That was good. Good on them.
Yeah.
But like, it all goes back for the Mighty Plucks, just like we were saying before. All the, you know, your miss spares. Like, they have lots. Like, you look at their score screen, they have lots of marks up there, but it's the 5 miss, 5-3. Like, it's just, those are just killers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to let you guys take care of the after match interviews here. I got some camera work to do with Infinite Escapes here. So we'll bring in the managers, the outgoing managers. Curtis Kaplan from Paradise Marvel and Al from the Timmins Mighty Plucks.
Manager of the year, Curtis, right there. Eh? Big lineup change.
Finally made a move that worked.
And then Al, self-fulfilling prophecy, saying, "Oh yeah, they're going to come out strong," and holy crap, did they come out strong?
Yeah, just firing. Oh.
So you got to work on those even frames there, Al. Your odd frames were pretty money. I'm having a hard time reading lips here.
Yeah, I can't.
Al, for some reason, your mic wasn't working.
Yeah. You on mute?
We'll fill it in for him. Yeah, I came out. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
We're good.
Can you hear me now? We're good?
Yep.
Yeah, now we're good.
Yeah, no, personally it was, just couldn't get anything going, but I was on the middle. Made most of my spares other than my hit ins, so, and in the second frame. But, as a team, we just, like you said, I caught the last minute of the commentating there and, just not making our spares and keeping, just a run of marks going kind of thing, right? It was definitely a killer to keep momentum going. And I tried not to look at the board, what Paradise was doing, but I had to take a look at it at one point to see if I need to make a poll. So, and then I saw that they kind of started off hot, but the rest of the team wasn't watching. So I just told them, I said, let's just put a score up there and see what happens. And at the end of the day, just trying to improve on our first couple of weeks. But here we go. We're going backwards now, and this is probably one of our better games. So whatever. If we're the whipping stick of the league, it is what it is. Someone's got to lose. So hopefully we can go on a run, win these last 4 games, and finish at a 500 record at least.
How convinced were you that you were going to spare that split?
That was money out of my hand. Like 9 out of 10, that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Joys of Timmins, those headpin splits or shots. You hit them on the inside pretty hard and straight like that. You usually get the bounce, and you probably saw the 2-pin rattle a little bit there. So I was expecting it to fall, but
Yeah, because I was saying even before, you get that spare, and even with your game, you're in Tracy's matches, like you guys are neck and neck.
Yeah, well, that was a match, and it seemed like everything I was doing, then she was doing, or vice versa. Whatever she was doing, I was doing. I get a strike, she get a strike. I get a corner spare, she get a corner spare. And then we kind of matched 30-30s, and then as soon as I threw the hit pin in 10, I knew it was over. So, whatever. It was a close match. It was a good match. I felt good out there, so it was just couldn't put 2 strikes together. That's all.
So big bounce back from Bobby Kite that game. Hey, Curtis.
Yeah.
Did he know what he needed that last frame, considering that Joe had such a big finish?
I don't think he knew. Nobody told him. And, I'm pretty sure the score wasn't even posted before he went up there. So,
yeah.
I was going to say, Joanne almost had a comeback and snuck out a win extra.
Yeah.
Bobby was pretty clutch and solid in 10, so that was good.
So you can say you took 5.5 both games here, right? With the Snowman and the 3 spot. Are you good with 5.5 for each game, or you want a little bit more?
Yeah, it would have been nice to get a little bit more, but definitely happy with the bounce back game. Anytime you can take 8, that's so huge. So.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like, you could just see the way that you put the line up with the energy up top, and then everybody was just filling in after that, just throwing big shots, and everybody was, and especially with Bobby starting to fire in the middle there, right? Like, that had to be good for the squad to see him have some success after, his injury problem with what happened at the Open and all that stuff. So
Yeah, it was a big time confidence boost once he started rolling, and kind of everybody settled in a bit. Yeah.
How was chemistry, considering you were missing? You're missing the Millers, right, and Wolfson,
and
right?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a struggle in the first match for sure, just to get something going. But they came together there in that second game for sure.
And then I was going to ask, so for Al, because you guys have one more match, are we looking at potential lineup change?
I don't know. We're the home team for the first time ever, so it's pretty exciting to put our lineup up second. So maybe that's the missing link there. We were four away games, so, but anyways, I don't know. I don't know what the lineup's going to be right now. I want to see what the other guys are. Not like it really matters at this point. We're going to try to play some spoiler. This is Regina's cross division, right? So it's you know, might be able to help those guys out. But at the end of the day, we just want to put some good scores up there.
Yeah.
Something for the public to look at, show that Timmins can shoot just like anybody else out there. We wouldn't have put our money in if we didn't think we can shoot. So, you know, let's have some good games up there, put some big scores, and hopefully have a good time with it.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll run our next commercial here, and we'll bring in Timmins for the next match. Obviously, Curtis, great job with Paradise Marvel, and congrats. You guys only have one more match to make it in the playoffs. So good luck for the rest of the year.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Good match, Curtis.
Thanks.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
All right. We are ready for our third match here. We have, bring them up here. We have the Regina Infinite Escapes versus the Timmins Mighty Plucks. We have their cameras all ready. Just waiting for the Regina Infinite Escapes manager to come in. But in the meantime, we'll bring in Al Paquette again with the Mighty Plucks. Oh, and Devin is here with the Regina Infinite Escapes. Perfect.
I wanted more airtime.
More airtime.
Nobody wants to see any more of the Timmins Mighty Plucks other than her sweet new uniforms, that's all.
Yeah.
They love the uniforms. Everybody keeps talking about them. Everybody loves the logos.
Let's keep talking about let's keep talking about the logos and not the standings. And no more Mitch on the podcast. Nobody likes them anyways.
That's fair.
I would say this is probably the matchup with the two best logos. I like
these
logos. Yeah,
they're sharp looking. So Devin, obviously Regina Infinite Escapes, a one match day. We've had some scheduling stuff and roster stuff to do, so you guys also have an emergency spare due to some conflicts going on. So Jessica Bear is stepping in as your guys' emergency sub. So with that being said, what's your lineup looking like so Al can pit his players against yours?
Sure, no problem. We're starting out today with Nelson Frank in the lead spot, followed by Johnny McDonald. And then we are putting Jessica Bear third, Cale Stroh fourth, and Taylor McCaw in fifth, with Brian Askin on the bench. He was late, so that's why he gets that spot.
That's totally fair.
That's fair.
And Al, so now you as the home team, you get to place yours second.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know what Devin just said. So I'm gonna go. At this point, I'm gonna go Al. I'm gonna go Jess. I'm going to go Eric, Joanne, and Daryl.
Perfect.
If you got all that.
Sounds. Hey, as long as your scoreboard matches what you just said, we're all good with it.
Yeah.
I already forgot what I said, so I might need a reminder.
It might change when we actually see it.
Yeah.
No, it'll be pretty. I'll try to figure out. I gotta wrap this up so I can go to this and do it.
Okay, for sure.
right, good
guys,
luck,
have a
guys.
great match.
Okay, good luck. Good luck, Regina.
That's tough. You can kind of see, you can kind of hear and see that he's a little defeated after the showing in that first one, eh? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
coming out saying, you know, hey, we've only played 3 matches, like we're still here, we're still, you know, in it, and then lay an egg like that. That's tough. But honestly, I like what he said about, you know, like we're gonna show up. We got good shooters. Like, yeah,
Hey, you know, ducks fly together. They gotta stay together.
that's right. That's
Quoting
right.
an old movie.
When the roosters are crowing and the cows are just spinning circles in the pasture,
Yeah.
ducks fly together.
Fly together.
Yeah. D2, definitely underrated.
Very.
Still can't believe that Trinidad and Tobago scored a goal in the U.S. though.
There we go. Oh yes, we get the animations too. Love it.
Here, I was hoping for a little more sound out of their lanes, but haven't got
Yeah.
anything.
So we're at Glencairn, I'm guessing.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
And is that a split house?
Yeah, it's got the 5-pin on the one side and then 10-pin on the other side.
How many lanes is it?
I think 24.
Okay,
Yeah.
solid. Wow,
Good ball.
that's a tight backup right there.
Yeah. There we go.
Bombay abandoned the team. Yeah. Gordon Bombay, Hendricks Hockey, the face of Hendricks Hockey. Yeah, nice big backup here. Started right though. There's one guy you can't miss right.
No. Well, there you go. We got an insider here. 16 5-pin lanes and 14 10-pin lanes. There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Karen.
Yeah, and they did some nice renovations upstairs too, right? With like a
Yeah.
big kitchen, kind of like bistro area kind of thing.
Yeah,
I like the move to it for bowling alleys, right? To really up their food game to, you know, make it a place where you might even just go there for supper. Like you don't even have to bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And like with them, their lounges with the upstairs, and then you have the viewing of the lanes too. It's a really nice setup.
Oh, really? Like you can watch
Yep,
the lanes from upstairs, kind of like a hockey arena kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh, man, that's sweet.
It's a good setup. The only downside with Glencairn is, it's reversed from a lot of other bowling alleys where you walk down into the pit. I think you walk up three steps into the pit, right? So the viewing from behind the lanes isn't great, but the viewing from the lounge is awesome.
Yeah, that's great. There's another big shot. That's a 5. Is it a 5 or 6 bagger for her?
She's on 5, yeah. Because
Wow.
she struck out 9 and 10 there. So
She's had like a variance of like 3 boards that she's thrown over, and it's just like either pocket, everything's just going.
So obviously Regina got off to a hot start here. big first frame.
Honestly, a little gamesmanship. I would have taken my sweet time.
Yeah.
You know, let them stew a little bit.
Think
Give them
about
the
what they've
old
done.
the fake balk. You know, I've had people do that to me in games. You know, you go up to throw, they go up to throw. You know, then they're like, no, they back up. Then I'll bust the fake balk to get it back the way we want it.
Al with the corner here in his even frame.
So they just switched up their middle three bowlers. It looks like it.
Yeah. And a little inside info: Danielle isn't available for this game, so they are playing with the 5.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Al takes the control back in that first match. If we can get a good count here, then that one's still tight. We just hope for a better first shot here. Oh yeah, nice push.
That was good.
So I wonder if Al, I know Al knows that their team can compete, and obviously they want to do the best they can do. But do you think his mentality as a manager has shifted now? Do they want to play spoiler now that they've kind of almost pretty much locked themselves out of a playoff spot? Now do you play spoiler, and because Regina Infinite Escapes is kind of in the same position as them. They're a little far down. This is their game number 6. They absolutely need a large win here to even give a sniff at a playoff spot now.
Yeah, I personally, Jesus, I can't even talk about.
Land the plane, Tim. Land the plane.
I was just gonna sound like Tim. Personally, from my experience, I love playing spoiler if I'm out of it. So I would say yes. I'm assuming Al and them they want to play spoiler. Plus, when you're playing spoiler, you're at least proving, like you said, yes, like we can bowl. You know what I mean? We can compete.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, they still will have 2 matches after this, right? They'll have another double day. Oh, did she get the push? No. And it's just, I mean, I guess you're just playing for pride at this point, right? Like, you just want to prove to everybody that you're capable of throwing that 1,300 plus, and that it was just rust or just bad circumstances or just everybody not firing at the same time. I guess it's hard, right? And Al, as the leadoff and the team manager, it's kind of on him to keep everybody up and set the tone for everyone, right?
Yeah, keep them motivated, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but obviously coming back with a strong frame here.
Yeah, there you go. Marks
Great,
all down
great
the board.
frame.
That's a great shot. The hat game is strong with the Infinite Escapes.
Yeah.
There's actually kind of a comment from outside of our social group, I guess you could call it. Somebody that watches the league that isn't really a bowler or knows a bowler. And they're like, well, how professional it is. Some of these guys are wearing hats and stuff like that. And my main concern is...
Oh my God.
Hey, Al.
I love the point to the camera.
Yeah. It's as professional as you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Golfers wear hat. I do get they're outside and there's for visual reasons and stuff like that, but guys wear ball caps in ball. I know you're supposed to and stuff like that when they play inside a dome. There's lots of lighting reasons and stuff like that. Same thing with bowling. I don't know how many times people say there's lighting issues with bowling centers and stuff like that. So
yeah,
wow.
It's however you look at it. I prefer to bowl in a hat, but
that's like look at the 10-pin side in the pro. You have whoever wears sunglasses inside, right? Like,
yeah.
So it's like it's all how you look at it, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
That's how I like. As long as it looks professional, you're not wearing some raggedy trucker's hat that's been laying in an oil spill for 13 days. It's as long as it looks clean, professional, I'm good with it.
Clean bare minimum, right? Like, and nothing too crazy, too flashy for the bottom half, right? Unless it's uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's basically it. Like what was it for the Open the one year? Like, was it Alberta had
the loudmouth,
like the crazy pants?
Yeah, that was Calgary's own.
You guys bought loudmouth pants.
Yeah, they had loudmouth. Yeah,
that's a great shot.
Ladies were wearing loudmouth skirts or skirts or whatever, and the guys were wearing the pants. It looked really sharp. It was a mixed team.
A nice little 30 for Eric there. He's wearing the compression sleeve, which I always I think is a good look. I personally have a hard time wearing compression stuff to throw, but I think it's a good look.
Jason Belmonte does it.
A little bit of a stick and good.
Yeah,
hey, when you are good, you're good. Okay.
There we go. Now you're seeing some of the personality, right? The mighty Plucks were in a rough go of it, and now that they're having a little bit of success, not saying they're playing the best they've ever played, but you can see the smiles on their faces. Maybe the pressure's off too, right?
Yeah. Seems like they're having some more fun, so that's good.
Yeah, that's huge. Maybe Al getting that chop off strike was what they needed.
Yeah. So are they bowling at Midtown Bowl then? Like, I know that's what it says on their shirts, but I'm assuming that's like where they're at, right? Correct?
Yeah,
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Midtown Bowl in Timmins.
In Timmins, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I find it interesting. So Al probably has the most experience / the most success, right? You know, being on TSN and the WCBT, and he's led off every game for that the Mighty Plucks have played, right?
You know what? I don't actually know that off the top of my head, but I would assume he's mostly been leadoff player. That's
interesting, right? Traditionally, you know, you have your best shooter at anchor in case you need some, but I guess that's just the spot he likes to play in. And again, with him being the manager and wanting to set the tone, I guess that's a good spot for him, right?
Al just sent a private message. He said Daryl is our best shooter and he sucks. Al sucks. So there's your insider's take.
Yeah.
I don't know, Al. I just seen a chop off strike from you. I'm pretty sure you're not that bad.
Yeah, and almost a split spare today too. So.
I think Al might have even held. It might have been the TSN high scoring record.
Oh yeah.
I think he had the highest score for a while.
I feel like I just watched that video the other day.
Yeah. We all have self-deprecating humor, Al. We all make fun of each other ourselves mostly. That's 5-pin bowling in a nutshell. Let's see if we can re-jump their screen here. There we go.
Well, so a bit of a struggle in the middle spot there for Jessica.
Yeah,
Yale's been throwing real nice. Every single shot he's thrown just has that nice stuff, and got the chop in two because he powered it through a little bit. But oh god, I'm just gonna shut up.
Black cloud, the black cloud.
Commentator curse.
I mean, if he gets the 30 here, he's still right where he wants to be. But like, way to prove me wrong, bud.
Well, let's see. Commentator curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. They must have mom and dad watching the baby Jess and Kale. Sure, baby's sitting there right at the back.
Yeah. I can't wait till next season, and maybe Steve will look at this position. We'll need a fact checker for these broadcasts.
Yeah.
When somebody states something that you know is clearly wrong, you come in, you state it correctly, and yeah, we'll figure out a position for you, Steve. If you're not coaching.
Oh my goodness! What is happening over there? Yeah.
See, and that's why Daryl's the best player.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Al's right.
Maybe Al's great. Yeah, maybe he's on to something. Wow.
Hey, now they got some doubles going. Another strike.
Yeah. Well,
Infinite's still solid.
Yeah, only one mark though.
Yeah. So we got 424 to 443 in Mighty Plucks' favor.
Oh boy. Spareable.
Once again, spareable, yeah.
Other side this time, but
yeah, with the backup too, right?
Yeah.
But then again, some of the strikes I've seen, who knows? Some random might just hit it. Still a solid start, and considering Nelson's going to go open here.
We have a sub. Brian Askin in for Nelson.
Yeah.
Brian Handsome McGee Askin. Look at that, eh? That's good. There's a guy who's over the last few years has been shooting really well.
Yeah, he took $1,000 off me at the Invitational this year. That guy.
Mystic Mac with the strike. There's a guy who's starting it off.
Nice shot, Jess push. Oh. Good aggressive shot.
Oh, that's a good bounce back.
Jess back on. There you go.
So Regina almost full for all the shifts, eh?
Yeah, the Regina Classics is shaping up pretty good.
Man.
And then what is it? There was 2 teams that dropped out of the team showdown on Thursday, so hopefully those can get filled back up. Should be good.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, these two teams playing against each other. These the cities they're out of got the next 2 biggest tournaments coming up, right? The Timmins Invitational and then the Regina Classic.
Yeah.
And they're both fairly full from what I've heard. Like Timmins, I know they have a cap restriction on how many people can be in the building, but there's still 74 player shifts. And those are big shifts.
Yeah. That's one tournament actually I would like to go down into it once, but with Regina being the weekend right after, that's kind of hard to take that much time off work.
Yeah. I know the Ontario guys, they tend to hit Timmins and then they go to Regina after.
Yeah.
I guess they have a better knowledge of how you can get to Timmins, because we've tried figuring it out. You could fly into Thunder Bay and then fly to Timmins, or fly all the way to Toronto and then fly to Timmins, or drive up with the Ontario guys.
Yeah, because it's not a straight shot, eh?
No, it's pretty remote. But like the tournament speaks for itself, right? They got so many players there, and it's always full. Unfortunately, Greg always wins, so you always have to give Greg your money. But it sounds like a blast. Like nothing but good things ever come out of that tournament, and I applaud Al and his team and the center for building that tournament out like they have.
I do like the idea that Jeff England posted out where having a club tour event in August.
Yes.
I do like that idea.
I would like to commit to go to that for sure. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Would
I'd
you
love to
say
go.
that Timmins is the most backwoods hosting city in the 5-pin U league?
I would say. Stetler's pretty backwoods. So.
Okay.
That is pretty.
Hambone.
There you go.
Oh, there we
Exciting. All right, we'll flash our commercial for our great sponsors, and we'll bring back the second half of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you. All right, here we go. Last half for the last match of the day. We have 590 for the Timmins Plucks to 514 the Infinite Escapes, but also the Mighty Plucks have 3 marks not counting in that total, so got a bit of a lead here halfway through the match.
So I looked it up during the commercial break, and Stetler is definitely the most backwoods of the towns. Because Eileen Regina Edwards was raised in Timmins. Oh, you don't know who that is? That's Shania Twain. Shania Twain was raised in Timmins.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot she was from Ontario, actually.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Who would have thought?
I take back everything I've said about the town of Timmins, Ontario.
Well, now we gotta look at Stetler's claim to fame.
I looked it up. There's nothing. There's like a train that runs through the town or something.
Heartland Bowl is there. The
I was just gonna say
Kingpins
Heartland Bowl.
reside there.
Notable people:
Ooh,
Ken
like
Borek, founder of Ken Borek Air; Robert Raymond Cook, last man to be hanged in Alberta; Bob Falkenberg, retired professional hockey player; Brian Ogilvy, hockey player. Oh, actually, Ryan Reynolds' grandfather is from Stetler. So there you go. Not all bad.
I like the deep dive.
There's some good facts.
The last man to be hanged in Alberta, though. That's huge. That's huge.
Hot dogs, eh?
So that was like last week, right? Because Alberta's pretty backwoods.
Well, I mean, are they not in the top spot for their They're well, they're battling for a spot. I mean,
Yeah, like they're sitting fourth right now, but they just got passed by the Marvel, right? The Marvel have 2 games in hand on them, so
listen, if as John Stone's alluding to, if you got a bowling alley with good hot dogs, I'll bowl there.
best hot dogs in Stettler, for sure.
Oh god. Doesn't Stetler have like a handicap no tap tournament coming up, or
They do. It's the weekend after Regina.
oh, okay, yeah.
And it's $1,000 for first place on scratch and 1,000 for first on the POA side. So
What's the commute there for like what is it closest to?
Red Deer would be
I was
its
gonna say,
closest large
probably
center.
Red. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it well
And
attended by the 2 bigger cities?
That no tap tournament? No, it's mostly supported by Red Deer and local play. Like there are some people that'll come up from Lethbridge and stuff like that, and the odd people will go down and play it, but its main support group is the local players for sure. Even though it is such a well-paying tournament.
Sean Schwartz coming
Lenny
in with the
Anseth comes out there.
legend Robert Gallagher lives in Stettler, or the 5-pin Universe Pro League champion team comes out of Stettler. Hey, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Hey, slap that on the old Wikipedia page.
I actually wouldn't mind going to that tournament. I have some cousins actually who live in Stettler who have told me to stop by many times. So it would be good just to go see them and then go throw. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one, Mike. It's just an 8-game no tap tournament, but
Yeah.
it's dirt cheap and the payout is so good. They have good sponsorship there, and Robert does a heck of a job.
Aaron, it definitely is on YouTube. So as soon as these matches are done, because we want you to stick around to the end, just look up. There's a YouTube channel called VHS Bowling, and it has tons of the old TSN and some of the CBC stuff. And Al's is for sure on there. I think he throws like a 7 or 8 bagger to get it, but then.
Yeah, that's true, Sean. If I came down, I would have to bring my clubs. Go golf in your garage.
Yeah. Yeah, so 6:04 for Infinite Escapes after 6, and Timmins is at 7:17 after 6.
Ooh, that looks like it had more zip
I'll
than
show us
normal.
how it's done.
There you go. Brian Askin, punch.
It is always interesting to see all the different scoring systems. I mean,
it's amazing for such a niche sport, apparently, that it's hard to get sponsors and stuff like that, but they have like 7 different scoring systems for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one at Nebs is unbelievable.
I was just gonna say I'd like to see their scoring system again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have theirs. They have their flat screens turned vertically, right, on their lanes. I'm pretty sure, and they have the iPads on every lane, and you can set up whatever you want when you're warming up and stuff.
Yeah, and that's such an awesome feature.
Plus the pirate-themed eating area. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That system to set up pins individually or whatever, that's been around for decades. Just
what was the
system.
Dynascore was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It you could set up. I forget what the program was called. Like the actual whatever Dynascore's pin set program. You could literally set up anything you wanted, and the machine would bring it back. That you didn't have to go kick down a corner if somebody, or if somebody came out of the gutter, you didn't have to go set up the corner because it would just come back because the scoring system said that corner is still standing, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
But yet none of the new systems can figure out how to do a proper bingo bowl, and Pro Score still has the best bingo bowling system.
Yeah. Hence the niche part, right? These big companies don't want to spend the money on programming for 5-pin bowling, but
yeah,
we just got to convince Jeff England to go on the road and sell his scoring system and set them all up, right? I don't think his dad would appreciate it, but
looks like Regina's having a tough go here.
Yeah,
they're not putting any marks together anymore.
All the pressure of playing the Mighty Plucks is getting to them.
They're playing in a global, so maybe that has something to do with it. Laser in the eye or something.
Yeah.
It looks like they have the lights on though, right? Like over where they're throwing. And like I know that if they wouldn't have the disco lights going over their lanes too, like they would shut them off for this. They have the option to do that, right? So.
Right.
Plus, like a little bit of music in the background and stuff. I feel like you'd be throwing better.
Yeah, it's usually something that lightens the mood, right?
I'm sure everyone's had some amazing roll-offs in global.
I think Thunder Bay they were hitting it the hardest there at the beginning. I could barely hear the guy.
Yeah. Just a vibe in that place going.
Reminds me of one of the bowling alleys here. It's not part of the proprietors anymore, but they had like a Monday night vape night where you were welcome to come in and you could vape at your lane and stuff. Not sure how legal that was, but they advertised it and everything.
Oh man.
Yeah. Wow.
There we go.
Definitely is second best.
Looks like a lot of the matches, maybe the last one, but no one's really running away from their match, hey?
Yeah, everything's pretty tight.
No.
Yeah.
You got a 26 pin split in the second one.
Yeah.
Al, depending on what he throws here, can really take a stranglehold on this one. Oh, man. Even he has to smile after that shot, eh? Like,
yeah.
You throw it that well.
Smiles coming out.
I'm going to have to write this in my diary if they end up taking this match. Well, that's a good question. What do you call it when you bowl ahead for league? In BC, they called it a roll-off, and in Alberta, they call it pre-bowl. We call it pre-bowl here.
And I call it roll. We call it roll-off here. Well, some people call it pre-bowl here too, but I've always called it roll-off.
Yeah, we definitely called it pre-bowl.
Yeah.
Because that's what you were doing. I don't understand the roll-off concept.
Roll-off was playoffs for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 2-week roll-offs.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Just the lingo across provinces, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But then we call picking a 3-pin a cherry, so I get it.
Yeah, snort, cherry.
A what? A snort?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've never heard that.
Oh, man. Look at Timmins
getting
go.
across.
Putting some marks together here.
There we go.
Nice.
Great shooting.
Holy smokes. This is a team to look out for the 2022-2023 season, folks.
Snort. That's getting some...
Well, there has to be somebody in the chat who's heard that before. And then what do you call it when you go to spare it? What do you say? Hijack? Give me a little hijack?
No, it's a super spare, sir, because nobody can spare 3 pins.
Okay.
The PA spare. That's what we call
PA
it.
spare.
The PA spare.
And we have a 3-pin spare right on target. Look at that.
The Grand Prairie Special.
Yeah, Timmins put together a big 8th frame. Regina, solid 8th.
Yeah, so we got a lead in the 4th for the 4th spot for Regina, and everything else. Oh, and then the 2nd spot. But other than that, 3rd spot. So it still could go either way.
Yeah.
It's 5-3 split right now. Oh, Brian.
Automatic.
Al's got it going now.
Automatic.
TSN, Al.
TSN, yeah.
And Al's probably the only one on that team with a perfect game, so I don't know how he thinks he's second best, but...
Well, or does he just have him in that anchor spot? Maybe he's just better pressure shots, right? Better at when the shot's needed, right?
And yeah, we don't know their local play or anything like that,
Yeah.
but Daryl might be the better average player, right? Don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Daryl's obviously showing it. He just spared a 3-pin, super spared. Or what was it called, Brett?
Hijack.
Jack, what?
Hijack.
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 I actually don't mind that.
Timmins doing exactly what they need to do here.
Hijack's good. I like it.
I like hijack, yeah, because...
Give me a little hijack now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regina's in tough here now. They're gonna need to steal some points because team total is getting out of hand here.
Well, especially in the spots where they were up going in, right? Oh my goodness! So 4 doubles going into 10.
I bet you Paradise is having to dodge this bullet.
No doubt. Yeah.
See, Al, you guys just got to get loose and play.
Get loose, a little bit of a lineup change, and strikes king.
Yeah.
Or like
So
he
that
said,
middle
he
match.
has to be the home team.
Yeah, home team advantage.
Home team advantage.
That middle match is now up for grabs. Snort spare. Yeah, see? I'm not out of my mind. Shauna's got my back on that one.
The old snort spare.
Yeah.
I just wonder how that came to be, calling it a snort spade.
I'm guessing Jeff Bourne had to be involved.
You just throw such a bad ball.
If it's a Winnipeg thing.
Throw such a bad ball, you go to lap and you snort it?
I don't know. I don't think I bowl with Jeff on Thursdays. I don't think I've seen him throw a 3-pin yet this year.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shout out to my Thursday night team with Jeff Bourne and Aaron Alblas. We 4-man squad. We bowled a 4,400 on Thursday, which is a good night.
No doubt.
Oh, Harvey Pokesa. Miller said Harvey Pokesa with the hijack. Look at that. Huh.
Learning stuff every day, boys.
Yeah, been part of this sport forever and learn something new every day.
Now you just need to expand your horizons. Now that you guys are doing this pro league, you're going to be, you're going to be learning about stuff from coast to coast.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you get a Newfoundland team in here, the stuff that you're going to hear from them?
Well, I don't understand a single word they ever say, so I don't...
Are you going to get a translator in there? Are you going to grab Bobby or something to come on and translate the interviews?
Brad Glynn will be available.
He is such a well-spoken guy too. It's
yeah, he
such
can
a great
translate
conversationalist.
Yeah. mean, I guess you got Johnny McDonald on Infinite Escapes. I'm sure he could translate some.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah. Johnny's a busy guy. He's a manager at a new restaurant. He's got things going on.
Yeah.
Is he not at Smokes anymore?
No.
No.
Attaboy. Way to show
Couldn't
him all.
tell you where he's at.
Way to show the world.
I was gonna say I don't know because he was Smokes, and then I think he was Browns, and I don't even know if he's still at Browns. So
He's slinging food somewhere.
That's right. Al with a 301.
301. I thought that was him pointing at his score for a second.
Do you guys see that?
Okay, interesting spot here, though. This could be another point on the board. We got a max 270 to 243.
Ooh.
So 30-30 gets her 230. So still
still
there.
has
Most
it,
he can
yeah.
get is 228, so she can shut him out with 2 good shots here.
Yeah.
Big
There you go.
shot.
Got the spare.
Big shot. It's kind of crazy seeing them both throw at the exact same time.
Yeah.
For like such a huge shot, too.
Yeah. The eyes are just bouncing back and forth.
So literally 2 pins. We could have a tie here. So if he throws a bomb and she gets a corner.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Yeah.
18.
You got to be super aggressive here.
You can't miss the middle.
Yeah.
Nope.
No snorts.
No snorts.
See, and I bet my guess is since he's not bowling, he probably was watching to see what she just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of a pressure shot here.
Looks good.
Oh, it punched.
Ouch.
Oh my.
What a great comeback. And we got the turkey over here. So the Plucks are getting after it here. You want to give us an 8-zip? How about we fire one right back at you?
Regina's probably not happy with this.
Oh no.
This is a match that was needed.
You think maybe they underestimated a little bit, like they weren't like ready to go, or do you think that even goes into their head? I know for bowling it's tough because it's like, again, you're doing the same thing every time. It's not like the other team can impede you in any way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what was kind of going through their head to start this match. Obviously they got to know what the Mighty Plucks' record was, right? So
Yeah.
as a team, they probably were going in thinking it doesn't matter who it is, you got to play the best you can. But individually, it might be a little bit different. Like, oh, we got this.
Freewheeling a little
Their
bit too
record's
much,
not
eh?
that good, yeah. And that comes back and bites you, right? Not saying it's a team mentality, but it could definitely be an individual mentality.
So I think that's basically it here, eh? We got 30, we got 15, so 45, so 213. And he can get 224. Ooh. I think that count does it though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
224. Yeah, she's over that.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a 8 zip.
There you go. Take out the brooms.
What wasn't there an NFL team that lost to the Jags and it knocked them out of the playoffs? I feel like the Jags.
There was.
Oh boy. You're gonna have to infinite escape the hell out of there.
Oh man, that's not. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the pro league, right? Like you never know who's coming out, who's going to be shooting.
Yeah. Well,
you can tell though. Like you can tell by watching them bowl. Like they're good. Like they throw good shots, good angles, good stuff. Like it's there. It's just it hadn't come together until this point.
Yeah. And this is definitely a game they needed, right? Like just to kind of prove, like, hey, like exactly like Al said once again, like, hey, like we're here, we can throw.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And 8-0. So you're saying there's a chance, or?
Well, that unfortunately they're still in 6th, but with 3 games left, right?
Dumb and Dumber, 1 in a million. So you're saying there's a
You're
chance.
saying there's a chance. Yeah, so 13-14 for the Mighty Plucks against the 11-12 for the Infinite Escapes. And Johnny knows where it's at. He gives the old thumbs down on his way.
They got rid of that quick. They got it off the board quick.
Alrighty. Let's bring this all back together.
Can't wait to see Al's face.
Let's bring in
better
the
be smiling
manager.
you here.
It's going to
the
be a
Mighty
good card
Plucks.
ride home. It's going to be a good car ride home, baby.
Oh, you're muted again, Al.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
How about now?
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Take that,
You know what?
Mitch,
You ain't
babies.
nothing. Yeah, you ain't nothing. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Get shut out, then we put another 8 spot up there, eh? Look at that.
Yeah.
Too, might be too little, too late, but at least we got one done. At least.
Yeah. That's kind of what we were expecting from your team all year long. That relaxed, fluid play, and that was so much different.
That was just me yelling profanities at everybody all game. So, I guess I gotta start doing that more often. So.
Yeah,
he had some absolute greasy strikes that game.
Oh yeah,
in some good spots too.
Yeah, it was. We got some things going this game, right? Like Daryl had that 4 or 5 bag or whatever. I had a triple going in 7, 8, 9. And everybody else was just kind of marking behind us. So it was more of a better flow to the game kind of thing, right? So it's not like we went 4 or 5 frames without a mark or something like that. We always had 3 to 4 frames or 3 to 4 marks every frame. So, which is kind of what you look for in these kind of team events. So it worked really well, and it's kind of like you said. This is what I expected out of the team kind of at the beginning of this thing. So it was nice to put it out there, and whatever. 8 points times 3 is 24. That would put us at like 36. So, hey, we got 1 sweep on the board. Let's do another 3 more.
There you go. Yeah. We'll bring in Devin here for the Regina Infinite Escapes. Hey, Devin. Oh, shutting the door, telling.
He's leaving. He's walking out.
No, I'm just closing the door. They got globaling going on over here.
Yeah. Right. Obviously not the experience that you guys were looking for sure. You guys came out really strong first frame. Second frame was pretty solid, and then it seemed like you guys kind of ran in what Timmins did the game before. You punched or you opened in between everything. Hard to build a really decent score at that rate, right?
Yeah, we ran into a little bit of that punching, and we noticed that Danny, since he's in Mexico, didn't oil the lanes, so the balls are moving a little quick there on the boys. But other than that, we want a rematch anytime. We'll take you on again. we think we'll do better this time.
Is this a first official call out for a rematch? I like it.
They're ready to go.
The best jerseys in the league. Let's go. Let's do match number 4 tonight. No shit. No, everybody already left. Sorry, I'm on my own. I think.
The team that loses has to give up the logo, and the other team gets the logo just as like a little patch on their jersey.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season.
Just start stealing logos. Just start stealing logos.
Red X over it.
Yeah.
And and I guess that's the tough part about this league. We were kind of talking about as the match was playing out. Is this you never know, even though like we're talking about the Timmins record. You go into the match, they have such a rough record that you're thinking, okay, this should be one of the easier matches we have to get through, and then it turns around. They come out firing because they had a rough second match there, and they come out just as hot as any of the other teams that have played so far yet this year. You never know what you're going to get out of any team at any point, right?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It's the way it is, right? I think anybody in this league, if you look at the teams beforehand, you probably wouldn't put Timmins in your top 5 or in the playoff spot, but at the end of the day, I think we play in a good scoring house. We got good bowlers. We got bowlers with national experience and tournament experience, just like everybody else, that just don't get the opportunity to bowl in these WCBT events or that don't bowl opens or masters and stuff, right? So this is an opportunity for them to to get the practice in, then everybody can see what they can do, right? And obviously over our first 4 games, it wasn't anything to talk home about, I guess, but they can shoot, and I know they can. That's why they're on the team, kind of thing. We had a couple schedule or lineup changes that we had to do due to whatever COVID, vaccination statuses, et cetera, et cetera. But I was more than comfortable and confident with this team that we had, and I'm glad for them too that they were able to put up a good score today as well, just to show everybody. I think you can sense a little bit of relief off their shoulders too. They're like, hey, we got to win on the board here. And it is what it is, right? So, and sorry to Regina. It's, you guys, you can bowl that score against Thunder Bay the game before and you take points, right? It's just the luck of the draw, right? It is what it is. It's just, it's unfortunate, but you guys have a good team. We got a lot of respect for a lot of bowlers on your team too. So don't put your heads down and keep on plugging along, boys and girls.
Must be nice to be giving the pep talk to the other team this time, eh, Al?
Well, that's what it is, man. No one's giving me the pep talk. I got to listen to podcasts and be called the Jags, called the dumpster fire, called all these things. The podcast members or crew just laughing it up. You know
how you really feel.
You know what? This was a statement game. No, I'm kidding, guys. I don't care. And I got, you know what? I'm
totally a statement game.
I'm a Habs fan, so a team's got to lose, right? Every team's got to lose. There's always a shitty team and everything, right? And you know what? I got wide shoulders, so to take some jabs and have some friendly banter, this is what it's all about, right? It's all about Regina calling for a rematch, right? Mitch ripping it up, giving odds, and starting that discussion, right? And it's fun, man. It's that you got to laugh about it. You got to have fun with it. I think everybody knows at the end of the day that we can all shoot. It's just a matter of putting it all together. Like I just saw Mike Lacourciere bowl a $180 in the first match today. We all know he's better than that, right? He had a rough game. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So Regina, I know you guys have scheduled matches for next week. We're actually trying and see if we can work around a schedule issue with the YBC programs and having some coaches involved with it. So we're not quite sure what our schedule for next week looks like right now, but Regina, you have some big matches coming up now with this unfortunate loss. So now you got to come back stronger than ever with 3 games to play left in your schedule.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, we have lost a few people there just due to coaching YBC. So, I mean, we would like the opportunity to either, if we can move the games later next week. I know the Super Bowl's on. I know that was an issue for some people. But yeah, either that or if we can find a later date, we'd be ready. Even if it's not on a Sunday, we can maybe try to make it work and play some spoiler, because that's what it looks like we're going to have to do. So.
Yeah, unfortunate. But thanks, guys, for competing and great matches, and look forward to finalizing the rest of the season with you guys. Good job.
Cheers, guys. Have a good night, eh?
All right.
Cheers.
Alrighty. Well, how was that three game set for you guys?
It was like a roller coaster, right? Like Paradise has the big letdown game 1. Then they come out absolutely on fire the second one, right? And then, now Timmins is down, and then they come out and fire. And I bet if Regina played a 4th game against somebody, they'd come out on fire, right? So, I mean, it's crazy. It was just up and down. And, I mean, that's exactly what you want, right? You want those close matches that come down to 1 or 2 shots at the end. And, yeah, it was great. It was great bowling.
Yeah, exactly. So with those matches today, Paradise Marvel have moved up in the 2nd position, but they only got 1 match remaining in their schedule. And the teams closely behind them, Okanagan has 2 games left. The Kingpins actually have 3 games left. So even with that, Okanagan 6.5 points to catch Paradise and then be on level par with them, right? So there's they put themselves in a playoff position, but it's not solidified yet. And then, the Mighty Plucks with that 8 points, they move themselves a little bit closer to the 5th and 4th spots, but they're still a little bit down. The Infinite Escapes, unfortunately, didn't gain any points, so they're kind of treading water right at the moment. And T-Bay still has 3 games in hand in the rest of the Petal division, so they got some ground to gain on Holy Rollers, but a lot of ground to make up on the top 3 teams.
It's interesting. A pro league where finishing near the bottom of the table, like what's the benefit in this league, right? There's none. It's not like you get a high draft pick or, you get a favorable schedule the next year or something. So if you're out of it, like how do you scrape yourself out of bed that Sunday morning and get there and compete? No, I mean, it's tough. Like if you're out of it, I mean, the mighty Plucks will probably be looking forward to their next matches because they just had a bunch of success. Infinite Escapes probably chomping at the bit to play again because, I mean, they challenged them to a rematch. So it's good to see that the people at the bottom of the table are still finding things to play for, right? Yeah. So you would hate it if a team just came and laid down, especially if you're one of the ones trying to catch who they're playing and they just lay down and give them a 7-1 or an 8-0 just because you're out there just chucking balls, right? So it's good to see that the teams are still they're out there and is it a pride thing? Probably, but but there's so many people watching you, just like you want to prove to everybody why you're here and why you spent the money on the spot. So I'm really glad that the games today went the way they did. Because I found everybody, well, I mean, minus Regina, had some success at some point.
Yeah, and like exactly. Al, he explained it really good. Where it's like, we have these bowlers who can't come out to these tournaments and they don't bowl masters or open, but like they can throw, and this is like the perfect platform for them to showcase their skills, right, and get their names out there too. So. He was, like I 100% agree with him on that. The one thing I want to say though is these. I know it's definitely hard for the teams who only have one match in a day, but I feel like those like whichever team can win those get the most points off of those one match days. I bet those are some of the teams that are up in the top right now because like those are just huge.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting split to see, like how much success you had on your one game day, like versus where you finish in the table for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And I mean,
another like, fact check we need.
Yeah, and I mean, Al, you could see the weight off his shoulders in that interview. He started calling people out and like, you know what I mean? Like all it takes is one good match, and it's like. You got your confidence back and you feel like you can actually say something, right? Yeah. And with all the heat that they've been taking, now you can point at this and be like, this is what we do. Like, this is what we're capable of. So, the last two matches, the teams that they have to play to finish, I don't know if I'd want to play them.
Yeah. They got 3 matches remaining. They can take down a team or two that are right in the thick of it, right? So it's going to be interesting coming down to the end here. And to build on that idea you were talking about, Mike, seeing what the one game splits would be on some of those teams. I can speak for the Dream Crushers. We've had a lot of one game schedules just because I'm the one doing the schedule this season and stuff like that. So our team sacrificed a lot to make sure that the schedule is a little more fluid for some of the other teams. We've been really good on the one game days. So and that speaks to why we're sitting all right? Yeah. If we didn't play well on those one day games, then we'd be probably right where the TBay and those guys are, right? Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So with that all being said, guys, next week I'll put the schedule up on the screen, even though it may be changing due to those YBC coaching issues that we have with the Regina Infinite Escapes. But we have scheduled the Okanagan Eclipse against Regina, then Regina versus T-Bay, and then T-Bay versus Panorama. So T-Bay getting some of their last matches in here early. And Okanagan, I do believe, will have the one game match, and then they'll only have one more after that as well. So all these teams are kind of getting to the end of their seasons. We're in show 12 of 16, so it's getting pretty close to wrapping this bad boy up. Any final thoughts for you guys before we head out here for the week?
Thanks for having me out. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, same thing. Thanks for having me again. It's always fun.
It's nice having commentators from across the country coming and joining us and talking about teams that are across from the country. That it's neat to see your guys' perspective on players that, like you said, you've never seen before, you never really even heard of, and add your viewpoints onto how they play and how their teams are all put together. So with that all being said, thanks again. See you guys in another week.
Perfect. Take care.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.